Thank you, sir. Thank you all for coming today. We're really excited to spend a little bit of time with you speaking about the Birch portfolio, but also just some of the major changes in the channel for our company. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about who Birch is because we have changed a lot, especially over the last year or so, and really over the last couple of months with our leadership. And then we'll dive into where our target market fits, where we want you to think of Birch, and then wrap up with some continuing education that we can provide for you guys, how to process orders, who your contacts are in the company, and all of those good nitty-gritty details that are required to do business with Birch. So who is Birch? We have a brand new channel manager here. Darren, stand up. We're so excited. So excited to have Darren on board. If you guys don't know him, really dynamic personality, really great guy to chat with, but I also think he knows a little bit about the industry too. So he'll be your main point of contact here in South Florida, but he's got a national territory. So, if you guys have customers who are out of state, he can, help you with your local and your extraneous customers. So he reports to Mike Sullivan. We've also got Brad Smith here, two gentlemen in the back. There are leaders here in the channel. I and Susan, my girl right there, we report to Brad. And we're National Partner Development. So all that we do, our core job is helping to learn the products with you guys, where we fit. We do events. We are doing 85 events across the country to help get that brand awareness out for Birch. So again, really excited just to be here with you guys. We have made some big changes in our leadership over the past 2 months. Tony Tomei is a 25-year industry vet, and May 1st, he was announced as our new CEO and president. So if you know anything about Birch's history, over the last 10 years, we've done about 30 acquisitions, really building up our customer base and building out our product portfolio. And Tony has come out and said that, starting May 1st, our whole focus is on customer experience and on just organic sales growth. So with that, he announced today, breaking news hot off the press, that our leader of the whole channel, Paul Masters, has been promoted to, what's his name? Senior Vice President of Alternate Channels today. So we're really, really excited. With that, he doubled our marketing budget so we can come out here and provide lunch for you guys and do these kinds of trainings, get out there on the circuit and do events. He's also announced that, he sees the future of Birch in the partner channel. So obviously this group right here is all really, really excited about those pieces of news that are just coming down the line. So as I mentioned, for a long time we were focused on building up the company, building up our customer base via acquisition and building out our product portfolio. That has really changed over the last couple of months. We're focusing on the customer, focusing on the install experience, focusing on the partner experience, and really building up those organic growths. We have a full product portfolio. Every type of voice service that you could imagine, from POTS to POTS replacement, to SIP and hosted PBX, you name it, we do it. We've got a full cloud portfolio. We have 4 data centers across the United States. We run infrastructure as a service, but our key cloud service is our hosted PBX. It's a BroadSoft platform. It's run by our engineers. And we're really, really proud of that product. We also have a great infrastructure in these data centers. So everything is built on Cisco UCS stacks. Our virtualization software is VMware, so they're a partner for that. We can build bare metal solutions and let customers run their own hypervisor and manage it that way. We're really, really flexible to design a solution that's going to serve the customer best. BroadSoft platform, I already mentioned, and Edgewater is another really important and a big differentiator for our hosted PBX. If we're selling hosted PBX over the top, then for no additional charge to the customer, we're going to deliver this managed voice gateway, this Edgewater router that helps to prioritize the voice. And like I said, we don't charge the customer for it. It's fully managed by Birch. So that's a big value add for our hosted PBX over the top of another provider's bandwidth. On to our target market. So Pots and DSL. For a long time, we were known as a pots provider, and personal opinion, but I still think that that's we do pretty darn good in the industry. Really fair pricing for the customer. So the traditional pots model, where you've got a really low line rate, and then the customer's first bill is almost doubled with surcharges and junk fees, all of that mess. We don't play that way. So we give a really transparent line rate, and then the customer's bill is that line rate plus a 74-cent charge and their taxes. So really fair pricing for the customers. We also, pay commissions on those, so it's good for the partner as well. Essentials is our voice pots. So if you've got that small business that is still using POTS lines with analog phones, we'll recommend an Essentials line. And that comes with all the basic features that POTS lines come with, your call waiting, caller ID, hunk group, voicemail optional add-on, and then 1,500 minutes of long distance per month. And that can be pulled together, multiple lines at a location, or for your big multi-location POTS deals, we can pull those between all locations on an account. So virtually giving an unlimited long distance plan. So if it's going to emergency line, we can actually trim off all of those features and lower the price a little bit for your customer. So we would call that a value line. We also have full reach into 5 provinces into Canada. So if you've got multi-location POTS customers who have some Canadian locations, we're a great partner to service them in Canada as well. So we've got a great promotion going on for you guys right now. You're all qualified to win this promotion. We give a very generous per line upfront bonus on POTS deals. But right now, if you do rack rate, which is very decent pricing for the customer, in the beginning, if you do rack rate and no customer promotions, like we've got a really popular promotion that gives customers 2 months free. But if you leave those things off and just do standard pricing, we'll actually double your upfront bonus payout. And then of course there's that residual payment as well. So DSL qualifies for these lines, these POTS lines, and when you get into the higher DSL speed tiers, then those count for multiple POTS towards your total for the month. Now, huge benefit of working with TCG is that you guys are working, as a group. So you guys all benefit, you may sell 2 POTS, you may sell 10 POTS, you may sell 50, and that qualifies all of you guys for the larger tier payouts. So really excited about that. Of course, there's many, many benefits of working with TCG. That's just one of them. So POTS replacement, this is an exciting and brand new product for us. You've got those customers who don't necessarily fit the model to go to a full-blown hosted PBX. They don't need mobility, they don't need cell phone applications. They're just a simple shop, right? But they're looking for cost savings. We can actually deliver this ATA device to the customer, take their traditional POTS lines, so they're using the exact same handsets, no capital deployment, no learning curve on new handsets. Use their same handsets, plug them into this ATA, and send it out over their broadband. And then this is essentially something like a 50% price reduction for the customer. So great option for those small businesses. We're going to have this formally productized in August. Oh, SIP over the top. We do SIP over the top, really competitive pricing, 10 line minimum. You can, have unlimited minutes on a trunk, or you can do a metered plan that's 1.5 cents per minute. Obviously nationwide reach for those SIP trunks as well. On to hosted PBX. So as I've already mentioned, we've got your traditional POTS. We've got a really slick POTS replacement product, and we also have a full-blown hosted PBX model. We'll take all the small business customers that your little heart can handle, 5-seat minimum. Those can be unlimited seats, or they can be metered seats. Metered seats about half the price. We've got several handset options on our hosted PBX model. So rentals we believe are the best for all parties involved. Great, fully managed by Birch for the customer. If one breaks, we'll replace it. It's also commissionable revenue. So when you're building in a rental on your hosted PBX, that MRC is commissionable and upfront. Now they can buy Polycom handsets through Birch. They can pay for them in capital upfront, We'll actually, amortize that out over 24 bills, and on the 25th bill, the handset device cost will just drop. So many, many options here. Really easy to quote too. Very simplified structure for pricing out hosted PBX. We need to know total number of seats, how many are going to be unlimited and how many are going to be metered. You can mix and match on a single location. Then we need to know telephone numbers, your main telephone numbers and your DIDs, and what they want to do with their handsets. And we'll be able to price it out for you just like that. We have total cloud file storage, which in our opinion is one of our biggest hidden gems. This is a SaaS application that Birch developed. It lives in Birch's data centers. And it's priced out by number of users and total amount of storage. So this is very similar to those cloud file storage SaaS products that are out there in the consumer market, but this is purpose-built for business. So everything that you know about, it's got mapped drives to your desktop. You can sync folders from your desktop to the cloud. You name it, it does it. You can share files from the URL. You can password protect those files or folders when you send it out. You can set it to expire from seconds up to infinity. Some differentiators, if you have high security concerns with a customer, this is the product for them, because it's 256-bit encryption in transit, and most of those consumer products will encrypt as it sits on their servers, but as soon as you pull down a document, it's unencrypted, and it's going over the public internet. Best case scenario, if they buy our bandwidth and this product, it's going over our private IP network all the way to the customer. So beyond all of that, total cloud file storage can be white labeled. So it could be white labeled by you and resold to your customers. It could be white labeled for an enterprise customer who wants it to look really professional for them. And that enterprise edition that's white labeled is on physically segregated virtual machines, and it has Active Directory integration. So great option for your enterprise customers. Now, Birch Network, we have a nationwide fiber footprint. We've got 31,000 fiber route miles. It's all Cisco engineered, Cisco UCS stacks. Great provider for bandwidth, in my humble opinion. We have over 500,000 buildings lit today with fiber, and by the end of the year, that number will reach 1 million. We also have some really cool differentiators for fiber. Lordy. So for fiber, we've got really competitive pricing. Some examples, $245 for a 2x2 connection. I'd take that over a T1 all day. We've got some great options all the way up to a gig. Really competitive, even against our underlying suppliers. So we always want you to think of us for fiber. Now, as you guys have probably seen as of late, some fiber pricings have just dropped to rock bottom pricing. So if that ever comes back in your qualification and you're saying, this is a little bit unnecessary, can we price this somewhere around X dollars? We will give you 100% throughput on that revenue that you bring in, as opposed to some other carriers who would share that with you per se. 100% throughput on any of your fiber deals. We have Ethernet over copper. We have T1s in 40 markets nationwide, so those traditional products fit in sometimes. We have 99.99% uptime availability. Standard SLA. Something that's not very standard in the industry that we have on all of our master service agreements is a performance guarantee. So if you ever have a customer who has a chronic issue on a Birch dedicated internet connection, and you give us 30 days, open up a trouble ticket, obviously best case scenario is we resolve that issue for the customer. But if it's a chronic issue, we'll actually let the customer out of their contract with no penalties, no termination fees. We'll just let them shop a new carrier. Best example I could give for that is, say it's EFM, it's in an area that's old copper in the ground, they buy 10 megs and they only ever get 7. And they open up a trouble ticket and we say it looks like it's degradation online for X reasons. we'll actually let them out of their contract. So that should give a huge vote of confidence for you guys selling network with Birch, and obviously a lot of comfort to the customer. We also do asymmetrical internet. 65% of the United States. We have several types of broadband and DSL connectivity options. Depends on where the customer is located, but we can qualify that very easily and get it right back to you anywhere from 3 megs up to 75 megs download. So that's a great option for those small fit types of clients who just can't justify in a private connection. As for orders, so orders are very simple. You already met Darren. Darren is your main point of contact here. He has a full team in Emporia, Kansas that sits behind him. They're managed by Rachel Claiborne, who's been in Birch for 13 years. Great leader of about 10 people who run all of our quotes, who can give you status updates on all of your orders during implementation, and who can always be a source for you for escalations, beyond customer install. So really with all of this leadership change, Paul Masters being a senior VP, he was pulled out of our traditional hierarchy where you've got a chief sales officer and you've got multiple sales channels. Our CEO pulled him out. He reports directly to him beyond all of our other channels. And we basically are a self-functioning entity in Birch. We have our own support team. We've got our own channel managers and senior leadership, our own trainers and marketers. So we're really, really excited about the changes that have happened as of very recently. A little bit more on training. We do a Spotlight series. Let me just raise your hand if you've heard about Spotlight series. All right, cool. I see you in the back. Okay, you guys want to be on these because they're incentivized. They're 30 minutes. They're once a month. If you log on to the WebEx and you participate in our training, then there'll be a certain incentive on the single product that we're spotlighting. So this, everybody wins here. We realize that the biggest hurdle we have in doing more business with you guys is education, is helping you guys understand where we fit, what our products are, when to think of Birch. So to get you on a training, we know that money talks. So if you guys will start participating in those Spotlight series, we get a lot of great feedback on them. We really respect your time. They're really short and sweet. They're on one product every month, once a month. It's the second Thursday every month. So this next one is going to be July 14th. Okay, so we've got executive briefing centers. I just wanted you guys to see this. We have one in our Hollywood office. So there's one local here, but they're popping up across the nation in our regional sales offices. So this is a true live test environment. We bring in our own high-speed internet. It's separated from our sales offices, its own set of firewalls and such. But it's connected to our hosted PBX. It's connected to our infrastructure as a service, that total cloud file storage. So you can come in and get to know our products in a very intimate manner, and that will really help build confidence when you're proposing Birch and when your customers are installing, because you'll have an intimate knowledge of what it actually is to use and see and feel and navigate the portal and all of that good stuff. So like I said, we've got one here in Miami. Now I want to show you something that's so exciting. We have recently unlocked our qualification tool to you guys. So any dedicated internet access opportunities you have, you can log into a Birch Central portal and qualify them yourself with the click of a button. So really excited about that. I'm going to wrap up just by showing you what this tool looks like. So if you don't have a login, no worries. Get with Darren. He can build you up an ID under TCG, and you'll have access here. You'll click on Birch Central and log in. You'll click on Building Access Tool and Qualification. All I did there, for those of you, all of you who can't see, is I just typed in a single address in Dallas. And what it's pulled up here is every access. I can't even read it on the slide, and I'm right here. So it gives you every bandwidth available. It gives you the access type. So if you're looking for redundancies and somebody has fiber with, say, AT&T today, and they're looking for a redundant internet, then you can come down here and see, oh, they've got symmetrical coax. That'll be a great read-on internet opportunity for Birch. So we give you underlying access type, we give you underlying supplier, pricing for 1, 2, and 3-year terms, and the install period based on the access type and the underlying supplier. So lots of really, really powerful information with one address query. So we're really, really excited about that. We released this last week, so this is brand new. And like I said, if you don't have a login today to Birch Central, it's very easy to get you one, so make sure you let us know so we can get you all set up. Yes?
Morgan, on your rebuild service, and you may or may not know the answer to this, but can you do rebuild on ISD and VRIs?
Nope. Brad's shaking his head no. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much again for your time today. Like I said, there's 5 of us here in the room from Birch, so during lunch, during the breaks, if you want to have a chat with any of us, we're more than happy to talk about where we can work with you more. So thank you very much.